Hi, this is Pixel Test, and welcome to our Dropdown Chart lesson. So let's get started right away. I'm going to show you a quick demo first of what you're going to be making today. So we have this data set here of a product and how much it's sold per month. And here we have our chart, and we can select, let's say, phone. And now you can see that the data changes here and it changes here, and you have your chart with all your data. And you can change it to the laptop, PC, tablet, and smartwatch. And you can see all the sales per month. So let's learn how to make this. So we're going to start with just this data here. As you can see, we have our product name and the months, and then the data here of how much it's sold per month. So first, you're going to start by learning what is data validation and how do we use it. So I'm going to select this cell and I'm going to go over to data. And here you'll be able to find this thing, data validation. It may appear a little differently, but you will have it somewhere in this tab of data. So we're going to click on data validation. And now in this, we can see all our options. We have any value, whole number, decimal, list, date, time, text length, and custom. Custom is basically some kind of formula. So I'm going to start by first explaining what data validation is. So let's start with whole numbers. And I'm going to choose data that is between 5 and 10. And we're going to click OK. So now we have set that to this cell. So let's say I type 10. Nothing happens because if you select between 5 and 10, then that includes 5 and includes 10. What if I type 12? This value does not match the data validation restrictions defined for this cell. The restrictions that we have set are it has to be a whole number value between 5 and 10. So if there's any other value, then it will not allow you to input it into this cell. Let me try a decimal number. So if I do 6.7, again, this value does not match because we had selected whole number. But if I type 5, or if I type 7, or if I type 9, all of that works. Let's change this now. We can go over to, let's say, text length. And I'm going to say it has to be equal to 4. So let's say I type ball. So that's completely fine and it allows me to input it. But if I type, for example, onion, this value does not match the data validation restrictions because onion is a 5-letter word. But if I type another 4-letter word like logs, it's completely fine. So what we're going to use in data validation for this drop-down chart is going to be the list. Now in list, we're going to define our source first, which is going to be these products here, phone, laptop, PC, tablet, and smartwatch. So let me just select this. Now we have that here. And if I hit OK, we have this drop down here and we can switch between phone, laptop, PC, tablet, and smartwatch. So now we have to make a chart from these values. So one way that you can do it, what I wouldn't suggest, is to just go to insert and pick a chart. As we can see here, this chart is very cluttered and it's not very readable. We can try some other charts as well, like a stack or a stack column, 3D, 2D. They just seem very cluttered. It's a lot easier to just have these individual charts and be able to switch between them with this drop-down menu. So how are we going to do that? Let's first make another table under this table. Let me just do equal to C1 and drag this across and make all of these bold. So now here we need to have whatever product we're going to be selecting from the drop down over here. There's a very, very easy way to do that, and that's just to type equal to, and it's going to be in this cell, which is P8. So now whenever we switch this cell, you can see that this also changes. If I change this to smartwatch, that becomes smartwatch, tablet, it becomes tablet, and so on. But now how do we get these values over here? We can't just simply do equal to, let's say, C2 and then drag this across because these are the values for phone. These are not the values for tablet. And if we switch these, then it's not like these are going to change. So we need to find a way to bring these, irrespective of what product we are selecting, over here.
And remember, if you want to grow your career fast, sign up for our masterclass and course in the description below. It has exclusive and premium content with thousands of other students and professionals. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.
And to do that, we're going to use index and match. So let's get started by typing equal to index. And now it's asking for an array. The array is basically our entire data set. So let me start with B1, hold Control Shift right, and then Control Shift down. And now we have this entire data set selected. And that is our array. Next is row number. So for this, we're going to have to use match. So we're going to type match and then open this. And what is the lookup value? The lookup value is going to be, so for the rows, our rows start from the product. So our lookup value is going to be the product, which is here, which is going to be changing. So we have this selected. Next is the lookup array. What is the lookup array? The lookup array is all the product names. So that's this product down to smartwatch. And match type is going to be exact match. So just type 0. So what did I do here? I'm basically asking the index. When I'm defining row number, I'm asking it to check if this is equal to something here, and then look at the next value. And what is the next value? The columns. So lookup value is going to be these these months here. So since it's in this cell, we're going to do this month, which is Jan. Our lookup array is from product to December, and our match type is going to be exact. So now when the month changes, it will also change the column. So when I have Jan selected, it has Jan here, Feb, we'll have the Feb column, and so on. Then we close this bracket and hit enter. So now if I change tablet to laptop, if it's 11, if I change it to tablet, it's 14. If I change it to smartwatch, it's 21. So as you can see, we have used index and match to match this value here to a value here, and this value here to a value here. But we can't just drag this across, and let me show you why. If we drag this across, what happens is every time that it goes across, it shifts one to the right. Here we have our array, like our data set, has B1 and 6, but in the next one, it's C1 and O6. And that's not what we want. So we're going to go into this by hitting F2 to edit. And now we're going to make a few things constant. First is our array, which is our data set. This is always going to remain constant. This is always what we're referring to at all times. So I'm going to hit F4 and this becomes constant. Next is our lookup value in the row, which is this cell here. That is also always going to remain constant. So let's hit F4. Next is the lookup array, which is what we're matching this to, which is these values here. And these are obviously not shifting. So this is also a constant. After that is the lookup value, which is our months. Now these are shifting every cell because right now we have Jan. When we go to the next cell, we want it to select Feb. So this is not going to be a constant. We don't always want it to select Jan. We want it to move to Feb, then March, then April, and so on. But our lookup array, which is these values here, the Jan, Feb, March in the initial data set, that is constant. So now that we've set our constants, we can drag this across. And now if you switch it to phone, for example, 14, 22, 31, 39, 51, as you can see, these values are matching and we can change them each time. See if it works. See, for PC, 13, 20, 22, 40, 40, 41, 46, and so on. Now, the easy part comes where we just have to select this data, go to insert, and we can make whatever chart we want. I'm going to do like a bar chart, and I'll move this here. And now when we switch this to phone, our data changes. We go to laptop, it changes. PC changes. Smartwatch changes. And that is how you make a drop-down chart. We can also just add a little arrow here and say customize. make this bold, make this a little bigger. And yeah, you can also cover this data here. Sorry, you can also cover this uh, table here with the chart itself. And so you can just switch these and you can see the chart. And you won't have to see the data here that is actually in the chart. So that was how to make a drop-down chart. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you learned something today. And we'll see you in the next video.
And remember, if you want to grow your career fast, sign up for our masterclass and course in the description below. It has exclusive and premium content with thousands of other students and professionals. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.